Amen. No long talk. We got Gerorge Carlin, 4 groups that gotta go. I'm about to react to that together, starting now.
Do you wanna stay or you wanna go? I could never be the same, never said I was the baddest. Never said I.
Hey y'all, what's goody? What's good? What's happening? Hope y'all having a blessed day. Hope it's been good. Hope it's been chilling. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you for clicking on my face. This channel, what you'll get when you subscribe, my proposition to you is you'll get content that's both educational and entertaining. It's what I like to call edutainment. My philosophy essentially is always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. If it doesn't nurture you or help you in any way, people, situations, whatever it is, if it doesn't feed you or nurture you or help you, don't water it. Don't continue to water that situation pretty much, right? That's my philosophy. That's what I want y'all to adopt in your own philosophy of life as well. And I think that will definitely be a good guiding light. But without further ado, you already know what it is. We got Gerorge Carlin, 4 groups. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 groups that gotta go. I guess maybe die or leave. I don't know what he has in mind, but about to make it pop. Let's get to it. Hey man, y'all keep the fresh cut too, right? Line up, the little fade. Shout out to my barber. Let's go. Let's get it.
Here's another idea. I'm going to save you a whole lot of money on prisons, but at the same time we are still going to remove from society many of our more annoying citizens. 4 groups are going away permanently. First group, violent criminals. Here's what you do with these Emmy Award winners. You take the entire state of Kansas. You move everybody out. You give them a couple of $100 for their inconvenience, you know. Gotta be fair. And then you move them out, you put a big 10-story electric fence around Kansas, and Kansas becomes a permanent prison farm for violent criminals. No parole, no police, no supplies. The only thing you give them is lethal weapons and live ammunition so they can communicate in a meaningful way. Then you put the whole thing on cable TV. The Violence Network, VNN. And for a corporate sponsor, you get one of those companies that loves to smear its logo feces all over the landscape. Budweiser will jump at this shit in half a minute. All right, next group, sex criminals. Completely incurable, you gotta lock them up. You could outlaw religion and most of these sex crimes would disappear in a couple of generations. But we don't have time for rational solutions. Much easier to fence off another rectangular state. Rectangular states are cheaper to fence, saves the taxpayers money, you know? This time, Wyoming. But only for true sex offenders. We're not going to bother consenting adults who like to dress up in leather Boy Scout uniforms and smash each other in the head with ball-peen hammers while they take turns blowing their cat. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. It's a victimless hobby. And think of how good the cat must feel. No, we're only going to lock up rapists and molesters. Those hopeless romantics who are so full of love they can't help getting a little of it on you. Usually on your leg. You take all these heavy-breathing fun seekers and you stick them in Wyoming. And you let them suck, fuck, and fondle. You let them blow, chew, sniff, lick, whip, gobble, and cornhole each other until their testicles are whistling, "Oh, come all ye faithful." Then you turn on the cameras and you got the Sperm Channel. And don't forget our corporate sponsor. We're going to let Budweiser put little logo patches on the rapist pants right here. This pud's for you. All right. Next group, drug addicts and alcoholics. Not all of them, don't get nervous. Just the ones who are making life difficult for at least one other person. And we're not going to bother first offenders. People deserve a chance to clean up. Everyone will get 12 chances to clean up. Okay, all right. 15. That's fine, and that's it. If you can't make it in 15 tries, off you go to Colorado. Colorado.
Kansas,
A perfect place for staying loaded. Each week, all of the illegal drugs confiscated in the United States that the police and DEA don't keep for their own personal use will be airdropped into Colorado. And we're going to turn the Coors Brewery over to the beer-drinking assholes, and everyone can stay wasted, wired, stoned, bombed, hammered, smashed, and shit-faced round the clock on another new cable channel, Shit-Face Central. This is the real Rocky Mountain High. Okay, I've saved my favorite group for last. The maniacs and crazy people. Yeah. The ones who live out where the buses don't run. And I distinguish between maniacs and crazy people. A maniac will beat 9 people to death with a steel dildo. A crazy person will beat 9 people to death with a steel dildo, but he'll be wearing a Bugs Bunny suit at the time. So you can't put them all away. You know, you got to keep some of them around just for the entertainment. Like a guy who tells you the King of Sweden is using his penis as a radio transmitter to send anti-Semitic lesbian meatloaf recipes to Soupy Sales and Marvin Hamlish. A guy like that, you want to give him his own radio show. No, the Maniac Farm will be reserved strictly for hopeless cases, like a guy who gets a big tattoo on his chest of Liza Minnelli taking a shit. You know? And he tells you if he wiggles a certain way, it looks like she's wiping her ass, you know? A guy like that, you want to get him into custody as quickly as possible. Now, for the Maniac Farm, I think there's no question we got to go with Utah. Utah, easy to fence. Easy to fence, right next to Wyoming and Colorado is right next to Kansas, and that means all 4 groups of our most amusing citizens are now in one place, except for the big fences. And I think I have another one of my really good ideas for cable TV. Gates. Small sliding gates in the fences. Think of what you've got here. Think of what you've got. Predators, degenerates, crackheads, and fruitcakes. 900 miles of fence separating them. Every 50 miles, you put a small sliding gate. But the gates are only 10 inches wide, and they're only open once a month for 7 seconds. And you know something? Fuck cable. This shit has got to be on pay-per-view.
Why are you guys so specific?
Because if those gates are only open 7 seconds a month, you are going to have some mighty interesting people pushing and shoving to be first online. Deeply disturbed, armed, cranky lunatics on drugs. You know the ones. A lot of tattoos, a lot of teeth broken off at the gum line. The true face of America. And every time you open the gates, a few of the more aggressive ones are going to get through. The creme de la creme. The alphas. They're going to get through, they're going to find each other, and they're going to crossbreed. And pretty soon you have a melting pot. Child killers, corpse fuckers, drug zombies, and full-blown wackaloons. Wandering the landscape in search of truth and fun. Just like now. Everyone will have guns, everyone will have drugs, and no one will be in charge. Just like now.
Just like now.
But at least we'll have a balanced budget.
guy has some crazy yet oddly interesting ideas about the stuff that makes kind of sense. You think about it, but not. Yo, Gerorge Carlin, bro. Gerorge Carlin, fam. This man died too soon. He died too soon. I don't know. It's like we're all too sensitive nowadays. You can't say something without somebody being offended. Like, say it, but then just like, I don't know. I guess it's also like packaging your thought process in a better way, possibly. But like, even the small things, people are getting offended too easily. Bro, you gotta toughen up. But I think that's the thing though, right? Because each generation works so hard to make it easier for the next generation, the generations to follow become softer. Like, you think about it, like let's say, for example, if you were like, let's say even for me, like it's my parents, right? Let's say, for example, my parents did a lot just to get to Canada, right? Go through immigration, all that stuff. And then they kind of instill a lot of their values on me. And I, the firstborn, they had the most energy in terms of like raising me, right? And then I just see it in my own family. Like, I am like really like more like tough, and then my middle brother, my younger brother, is like moderate, and then our youngest brother is like, they treat him like a baby, and he's like 11. It's like each generation, because we make things so easy, so accessible, make like the roads are made, the TVs are made, like we make it so comfortable that the generations that come afterwards become almost like soft and babyish, and like they don't, because they didn't go through the same struggle. Imagine the first people that came up, like actually made a whole city, right? Or like our first, like, what's it called? The founding fathers, so to speak, of any country, They went through a lot more to set up the foundation of the country than we do now. Like, everything's very like streamlined. The process to, like, you know, get a job or go to school is somewhat streamlined. They already have like a process to go through, and that makes a lot of people coming up, kids, children, almost like they treat you like a baby, like you're soft. I think that's the reason why our generations become soft and like easily offended, so to speak. But yo, if you enjoyed the video and you got some information or entertainment from it, definitely feel free to click the PayPal link, donate any amount that you feel is warranted, equal to the level of entertainment or information you got. And if you want to guarantee that I react to a certain video that you want me to, and I'll put it towards the front of my video schedule, definitely donate any amount you feel you deem fit, and I'll react to it. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, definitely subscribe, like the video as well. Comment down below what other group he may have not mentioned that has to go, or from the 4 groups that gotta go, which one do you look forward to seeing most leave, so to speak. But yeah, God bless, much love, peace and joy, namaste, and always remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it, and always keep that same energy. Be real, be authentic, don't be fake. Alright fam, deuces.
But I was getting into madness. All my brothers were behind me like the ad-libs. Feeling like we're more than average, yeah. Then I started getting older. See, I was chilling on the sofa.